What's up, YouTubers, tubers, couch tubers? I'm going to teach you how to re-key a Schlage Encode lock without having the original key. So I bought this house and it didn't come with any keys. They were like, we don't have the keys. And that's kind of a problem because even if I do a factory reset on this Schlage lock, the original owner, and I don't think he was going to do this, but he potentially could have had the key to this and still opened the front door. So I needed to put a new key in there. If the battery went out on this thing, how would I get into my own house? Now these things cost about 200 bucks at Home Depot. So if I can just replace this little barrel, then I'd save a lot of money. But how do you re-key a Schlage Encode lock when you don't have the original key? That is not on YouTube until now, as far as I could tell. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is take off the entire lock from the door, and how you do that is readily available online. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is remove the battery cover. Then you're going to remove that screw right there. This button right by my thumbnail, that is the factory reset button. So you can press and hold that to do a factory reset, which you're also going to want to do, and then you're going to reprogram your lock. I ended up downloading the Schlage app, and so I know if the door is locked or not. I can also unlock it and lock it from my phone remotely, as long as there's internet. And I can even, like, I believe, create new codes for friends that are will expire after a certain amount of time that I set. Okay, so you're going to want to pull those two bolts off to remove the lock from the door. Okay, so I've got the back of the lock removed. As you can see, I'm going to need to disconnect the two pieces using that plug, and then I'm going to remove this screw and this screw. Push this cable through that hole. Okay, now you're ready to take this part off. Now, you've got it taken apart. This door is freshly painted, so this thing was a little sticky, so you might want to use an X-Acto knife or some kind of spackle knife with a little rag or something to kind of get in here. Okay, and just pop that off without damaging your door, like I did when I did that the first time. You see the little chip. Okay, now I've got the lock off, and you can see this thing right here. That's the following bar. Okay, that you need to take off and put on to the Schlage barrel from the deadbolt that you bought at Home Depot. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do that. So there is this screw right here. You unscrew that, and then you pull out the barrel. Okay, so this is what I pulled out from the digital lock, the Encode lock, and that is the old barrel. And I want to replace that with one that I have a key for. But this following bar, I want to keep. I want to transfer this to the barrel that I just bought from the $35 deadbolt at Home Depot. That deadbolt that I bought at Home Depot came with this following bar, which you can tell is different. So how do you take this following bar out of your old barrel, take this one out of your non-digital one, and put that one into the barrel that has the key, and then put everything back together? That's what we're about to do. So in order to take this following bar out, you see that pin right there underneath that little bit of red ink. There's a tool for this, a special tool, but people often just use some small screwdriver. Okay, this is a spring-loaded pin in here. It's pretty hard to show while I'm holding the phone, but you push down on the pin and then you turn that collar. Okay, you turn this, it's got this part here with the little hand grip thing. You turn that when you push down, okay, and then you disassemble it. Okay, so you're putting this following bar, the shorter following bar, onto the barrel and housing that you have a key for. And I already told you how to orientate that following bar, but you also want to have this C-clip washer so that the space is where the pin is. Okay, that way you can put on the collar and everything will fit back together. Okay, so I've disassembled that, and the way that these come apart, what you have is the following bar, a little C-shaped washer, and then the collar. Now, when you put these back together, if I take that collar off, you're gonna want it like this. Okay, see that little tab there on the bottom? This thing? You're gonna want that facing kind of down from this top thing, which holds the top pins. Okay, you're going to want it in that orientation. There is a little stopper part right there that hits that pin. Okay, so you take this following bar off of the barrel, which is this, and the barrel housing assembly. You remove that. You don't have the key for this barrel, okay? Then you do the same thing. You remove the screw that was right here. You remove the barrel and housing from this. Take off the long following bar from that barrel. This one, that'll come right out of here. Remove the following bar, that long one. Take your new following bar, okay? Put that on there, put on your washer, and put on your collar onto your new barrel that you have a key for. Okay, it's a little bit tricky to put all that back together because you have to depress that pin and then you can screw down that collar, but some people also call it the nut. But you can see that I've lined up the red mark with the pin. If it's too loose, if you feel like the lock is too loose, you can depress the pin and turn that collar just a little bit more. The other thing is the Encode lock housing comes with this shim, and you want to put that onto your new housing. Okay, so put that shim in there because that will push this entire assembly out a little bit. Okay, now I've got something where I've actually got a key, and that key fits in there and turns the following bar. So now I got to put it all back together again. Okay, to reassemble, I'm going to put this here. The cable goes underneath, and you can put the following bar, just turn it horizontally and put it right through. Okay, so I'm going to put this bracket back on. This square cutout is where the electrical plug goes through, and then I'm going to tighten up the screws. Okay, now I've got the connector plugged back in. Now when I put this here, I want to make sure that this cable is all tucked into this box, because I don't want to pinch the cable when I screw this thing back where it goes. Okay. Now that you've got it all put back together, you can try your lock there. It should work. Put your lock cover back on, and you should be back in business. So I hope that helped a very small number of people save about $150 by just pulling the barrel off of a Schlage deadbolt and installing it in the Schlage Encode, so that you actually have a key if you want it.